U.S. President Donald Trump, following a phone call with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, has announced his intention to hold a meeting with him in the Hungarian capital of Budapest within the next 2 weeks to discuss ways to end the war in Ukraine.
We just had a call, as you know, with President Putin. I thought it was a very good call, so we'll talk about it maybe later. But it went very well.
In turn, Yuri Ushakov, the Russian president's foreign policy aide, added that the conversation, which was initiated by Moscow and lasted almost 2.5 hours, was extremely frank. Ushakov confirmed that the meeting location, Budapest, was proposed by Trump, to which Putin immediately agreed. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who is known both for his numerous expressions of sympathy for Trump and for being almost the only European leader to maintain close ties with Russia, responded immediately.
Frankly, if you really think about it, there was no other option. If they wanted to organize the meeting in Europe, you have to remember that the Russia-Ukraine war is happening right here in Europe. And when you look at the map and at the leaders, it immediately becomes clear that today Budapest is practically the only place in Europe where such a meeting could be held.
During the phone call, according to the Kremlin representative, Putin presented Trump with his assessment of the situation on the front line, emphasizing that Russian forces hold the strategic initiative. Naturally, the issue of the possible supply of American Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine, which has become a difficult test for Russian-American relations in recent days, was also discussed.
What do you think he's going to say? Please sell Tomahawks? Is he going to say, please sell those Tomahawks? I really appreciate it. I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition? I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea. He really didn't like the idea. No, I said it that way. You have to be a little bit lighthearted sometimes, but no, he doesn't want Tomahawk is a vicious weapon.
Simultaneously, on the same day, in eastern Ukraine near Dobrapilya, the Ukrainian Azov Brigade reported successfully repelling a large-scale attack by a Russian armored tank unit with more than 20 pieces of equipment and inflicting significant losses on the enemy. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Defense of the Federation reported that over the past week, its troops have captured a number of settlements in the Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Dnipropetrovsk directions. Zelensky, for his part, expects to convince Trump during the meeting to increase military support and provide the long-range Tomahawk missiles, which could make Moscow and other major Russian cities accessible to Ukrainian strikes. Kyiv hopes that Trump will focus on his efforts to establish peace in Ukraine, thereby strengthening his image as a peacemaker. Apparently, the Russian side is finding ways to normalize relations with Trump. Evidence of this is the statement made by the head of the White House after his phone call with Putin, in which he emphasized the great potential for trade and economic cooperation between the two countries after the war ends. David Genjuan, ReOpen Media.